Hello, everyone. Hope you're well. My name is Morgan Bates. Thanks so much for joining me and my family today. I want to say warm greetings to wherever you're joining from all over the world. It is an interesting time to be alive, that is for sure. I am convinced that the generations to come will never be able to understand what it was like to live during the times of Corona. You and I will be here to explain it to them. I know many of you, I've met you before. To some of you, I'm pastor. To some, I'm just Loretta's husband, and that's awesome. But I want to talk to you today about hope, and I wanted to bring a message of hope because we need it during these times more than any other time I can remember. Hope is an amazing thing. Actually, it's one of the greatest things. Hope, faith, and love are the greatest forces in the universe. Those other two are publicized a lot, but hope seems to be underrated a little bit, perhaps because it's so common. Love, everybody is aware of. Faith, some people have, but hope can be defined just simply as a wish, a want, a desire that you believe will come to pass, or trust will come to pass. That's hope. And we all have hopes, we all have dreams. If I say to you hope, is there a hope that comes into your mind right now? I want you to get something in your mind right now. You got it? All right, keep it there. And we're going to circle back to that later. Now I want to take you behind the scenes in my life. And one of my primary jobs as a Christian man and as a pastor for sure is found in a passage of scripture in the Bible, 2 Corinthians 5. And in that little passage, it talks about the mission of a Christian man, the mission of a minister, and that is to have a certain message. One of the main messages is you are a minister of reconciliation, meaning two parties that are fighting, that are warring, that are against each other, you are sent in order to help them get along better. And God has entrusted that message to people like me. And to you, if you're a Christian as well. Now, there's nothing worse than two people fighting. I remember a scene that is scarred in my memory is when I was growing up in elementary school. There were two girls. They were really mad at each other, and they were squaring off against each other. They were mad, fighting. There was words being exchanged. They were yelling, and one of them grabbed the other one's hair, and then the other girl grabbed the other girl's hair, and they were just wrestling back and forth and fighting. I don't think any punches were actually thrown. I think they were just pulling each other's hair. Hair may have come out, it may not, I don't remember. But I do remember at that time thinking, we got to separate these two because they're fighting, and it's really, really intense. And for days to come, they would just glare at each other. And from the glare, you could tell, oh no, is this going to kick up all over again, or is it done? Because those two were really fighting. They were at war against each other. But I want to say, the two parties I'm speaking of in this particular exchange is not two girls fighting in the yard. This passage I've told you about, this My Mission, talks about God and man, the two parties that are not fighting but need to be reconciled. Now, one of the greatest things I realized, and it really helped me, is that God is not mad. Did you hear that? God is not mad. The Bible actually speaks in that passage. It says that God is in Jesus Christ, not counting men's sins against them anymore, and that he's at peace with them. That's good news if you're like me, because I had a lot of things that I was working on, and I still am. A lot of things that aren't quite right in the way that they need to be. And so it was great news for me to find out that God's not holding that stuff against me anymore. He's not mad. He wants a relationship with me. And I thought, man, that's amazing. I need a relationship with him too. And so then if God's not mad, that only leaves one party left. That party is us. A lot of times when I walk and pray, I can hear in my heart the question, are you mad? You mad, bro? This is God asking me that question sometimes. And I think probably all of us can relate to that, being mad at God. The truth is, he's not mad at us. A lot of times we're mad at him. And here are a few reasons why. Now, I'm going to bring up a member of my family to discuss each one of these The first one I want to bring up is my daughter, Kendall. And reason number one is because we don't like his decisions. That's why we get mad at God. Whenever there's a hurricane, a disaster, a virus, an outbreak, disaster, death, we get mad at God. Not because we think he did it most of the time, but because we know he had the power to stop it, but he didn't. And we think to ourselves, it's hard for me to trust your judgment if you won't stop stuff like this. I want to bring Kendall in. Hey, baby. Happy Easter to you. You look so beautiful. All right, so we're talking about the reasons why people get mad at God. Reason number one is we don't like his decisions. And when I said that, I thought about you because you make a lot of decisions for you in your life. Isn't that true? You make a lot of decisions yourself, but do you trust Daddy's decisions? Okay, said that mighty slow. Were you hesitant? Maybe not trust his decisions sometimes? What's up with that?
I trust them most of the time.
But
I make better decisions.
she makes better decisions. So you feel like you make better decisions than me. Most of the time, she makes better decisions for her life than me. And so, are there times when you don't like my decisions? Yeah? What do you do during those times?
Get upset.
You get upset. And do you think you can do it better and make a better decision than me? Sometimes, are you right? I love it. Sometimes she's right. And so, thank you, baby. I appreciate that. You're awesome. Bye, baby. And so, for the most part, Kendall says I make good decisions in her life, but there are a lot of times when she could make better decisions than me. You know, that's how we feel about God and why we get mad at him. God makes a lot of decisions, but a lot of times we think, man, I could have made a better decision. I should have done something different. If I were in charge, it would not have gone that way. And individuals, I guess we all have the right to feel that way. But do you know that God sees things that we can't? Just like I see things that Kendall can't. There's things I protect her from in life that it would be impossible for her to see. And she has to learn how to trust me. I'm still devastated in my mind from an event that happened 3 days ago. I was walking in my neighborhood and there was a family of swans. 2 huge, beautiful white swans. And then there were 4 little babies. They were going across the street. The babies were trying to hop up on the curb, but they couldn't because the curb was too high. And there was a grate that was there. And I ran to the grate to try to prevent them from falling in the grate because I could see that the babies were going to fall if they didn't do something. But when I got to the grate, the adults started hissing at me. Just like that, you know, because they thought I was trying to attack the babies. I wasn't. I was actually trying to save them. I was trying to protect them. I'm the good guy, but they didn't realize that. And as a result, one of the babies fell in. I was devastated. For 2 or 3 days, I was calling the animal shelter people, calling my neighborhood homeowners association, trying to figure out if there's something that could be done. And I found out there's a guy actually who's dedicated full time to getting those little baby swans up, you know, out of the sewer grate. So I was happy about that. But do you know that there's a lot of times God is trying to protect us with the decisions that he makes? He's trying to protect us from things that we don't see. So we have to learn how to trust him. Reason number 2, we get mad at God is that we don't like his silence. One of the most frustrating things in the world is when you're talking to somebody and it's almost like they're just completely ignoring you. And so to illustrate this point, I want to bring in my son, my firstborn, my joy, my strength.
Me.
What's up, Logan Allen? How you doing, man? I mean, how did you get so much bigger than me? I am your father. Well, this is my son, Logan, and he's amazing and he's handsome. But the thing about Logan is he's an introvert, and most of his life is lived in his head. He's making amazing decisions, creating stuff, he's innovating, but it's happening in here. And if something from the outside world interrupts him, all of a sudden, man, Logan might not stop to acknowledge you. And that results in silence. And so what ends up happening in our family is I call him, Logan! Nothing. Logan, nothing. Logan, nothing. And I feel like Logan is ignoring me. And I don't like his silence. Dude, how you ignore me sometimes?
Well, why do you think I'm ignoring you? I heard you, but I mean, I'm still doing something.
So basically what you got going on in that moment and in that instance is more important than whatever it is I'm calling you about.
Well, you said
Savage. You hear that? All right, man. Well, at least you told me the truth. I got you. All right. Appreciate your help. So there you have it. A lot of times we feel the same way about God. I feel like Logan's ignoring me. He's not necessarily ignoring me. It's just that he's processing. He's thinking. He's got things going on in his mind. He was in the middle of something. And I feel like, man, gosh, you need to stop what you're doing because I'm Dad. When I call, you need to come on over here. And you need to listen to me right away. But he's in the middle of something else. Do you know we don't like God's silence either? A lot of times we feel like God is ignoring us. The time between when we ask and the time between when he answers, there is processing time. And it feels like nothing is happening. We call it dead time. We call it being ignored. But God says, I call it faith. That's when I find out how much you really trust me. So that's a good thing. And then the final reason, at least the final reason I want to cover today, there are many reasons we get mad at God. But the third reason is that we don't like our results, right? I put forth the effort. I put forth the work. I did what I was supposed to do, but I didn't get what I was supposed to get. Does that sound familiar? All right, I'm bringing in my lovely wife, the star of the show.
Still have my clothes on from teaching class.
All right, there you go. So she's been teaching the Zumba class. She's been putting in a lot of effort to Zumba. She puts in a lot of effort to our marriage. But a lot of times the effort that she puts into our marriage, sometimes I don't recognize it. I mean, she wants results. I want results. I bring home flowers. I'm expecting her to light up like a Christmas tree. Wow, those are my favorite flowers. I bought the ones that you said. They're white. They're beautiful. There's no brown stuff around the edges. I mean, they're amazing flowers. But she says, oh, that's nice. And keeps on doing what she's doing. How do we reconcile that? We don't like it when we don't get the results that we're supposed to. I mean, am I the only one who feels that way, or do you feel that way too sometimes?
I mean, I think everybody in a relationship feels that way. I mean, it's never quite what you expect. You know, you have these visions and these dreams, and it's going to be amazing, and it's going to be perfect, and you're never going to need to clean up or bathe or do anything, but...
Are you trying to suggest that I don't bathe or clean up?
No, not at all.
Man,
Not at all.
I don't know what to do about that. But it's so true that we all have expectations, things that we wish the other party would do. We put in effort a lot of times, but it just doesn't come back right away in the same way that we thought it would. And that can be frustrating. We can get mad. I put in the work, but I didn't get the results I was supposed to. And that leads to some interesting conversations in relationships.
Yeah, it's the same with like fitness. I put in the work. I went to the gym once. Why haven't I lost weight? Went to the gym twice. I watched what I eat for 3 days. Why haven't I lost weight?
Okay, look, you need to leave me alone right now. Wow.
The corona has got some people.
Yeah, well, I am some people. And I love ice cream. And so I decided I would leave it alone. But during these trying times, I found a few new favorite flavors. But anyway, I digress. We put in effort and we want to get results. When we don't see the results that we're supposed to get, we say, God, you were the one who could help or do something about it, but you didn't. So why didn't you? And then we get mad at God. Thank you, man. You're amazing. I always hate it when you walk out of my life, especially when you walk out of the picture frame. That just leaves me. But all three of these reasons that we've talked about today are legitimate reasons to be mad at God. They really are. But I want to suggest to you that we shouldn't actually be mad. And here's the reason why. Because God went to extraordinary lengths to deal with the one thing that was the most serious, and that was our separation from Him. Remember how we talked earlier that in Jesus Christ, the one who came and He lived and He did miracles and wonders. If you're a Christian, you remember, and He died a horrible death because of people who were jealous of Him and afraid of Him. But then at the end of all of that, after 3 days, God raised Him from the dead and shocked the world and said, whoever believes in Him will never die but have everlasting life spiritually. Right? That guy, He dealt with the most difficult part through Jesus. So if He dealt with the most difficult thing, I think I can trust Him with the temporary things. If He dealt with the eternal things, then I think maybe I ought to hear Him out when it comes to the things that I see on a regular basis. It is because of His track record and His great willingness to go far for us that I think He deserves our attention. And so people like me, we have a message, and that is God promises salvation through Jesus Christ for all who believe, but not just salvation, hope. And that hope extends beyond the grave into our temporary lives now, the lives that we live on a daily basis, into the small things that we're concerned about, the things that we want to talk about, that keep us up at night, that stress us, that makes our heart race, that makes our minds go crazy. God is interested in helping us in those areas too. And so today is a message of hope. I want to let you know that God has not forsaken you or your family, your nation, or our world. He hasn't at all. Actually, what He has already done is a sign of the goodness to come of God in our lives. Remember in the beginning when I told you I wanted you to get something in your mind, like an area of hope, something you were hoping for, something you were believing for? Still got it? Still thinking about it? That thing that you're believing for? Now, I want you to take that wish, that hope is what it is, that want, and I want you to direct that expectation towards God. And as you do, that's called faith. Directing your hope and expectation toward Him. And God will answer our prayers that we pray in faith. I want to let you know today that I believe in you. I'm here to help you. Me and my family are here to do whatever we can. Family, come on around me, if y'all will. I started a website. It's wmorganbates.com. You can go there, check out resources, communicate with me. Let me know if you need prayer, if you need help, if you just want somebody to talk to. There's a button there for you to vent about stuff going on in your world. If you need a message, there's messages there. Some things are old, some things are new. I'll be uploading all kinds of good content. And me and my family are here for you. We love you. God is on your side. We're going to make it through these times. Don't be mad at Him. Our God is a God of hope. Love you.